Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. So today we are going to be making this beautiful dress that you see me putting on with this fabric here. I have 4 yards of this fabric and this is it. So guys, if this is something you are interested in, please follow up the process, hit on the subscribe button and let's get started. So guys, like I said before, this is 4 yards. So now the next thing for me to do is for me to open it up just the way you see me doing. And having done that, on this edge here, I'll just have to fold it into two. I'm going to make a triangle shape and this is it. So guys, this is what we have now. So having done that, now the next thing for me to do is for me to fold it into two again. I'm going to be folding this one into two again to make 4 fold, and this is it. So guys, you can see this is how it came out now. This is the one I'm going to be using to cut out the down part of this dress, and we have it to be 4 fold now. So I'll just have to use my pin to pin it down so it will shift from the line. So to cut out the waistline here, the waist is 30 and that divided by 4 is 7.5. So now to get that, this is 7.5 and this remaining ½ inch is for the zipper allowance and the other one is for the allowance. So I'll be cutting it out using 9½ inches. So I'll just have to make a straight line up and this is it. So now that I've done with that, the next thing for me to do is for me to cut the down part, the length, and the full length is 54 altogether, so the half length is 16. So minusing 16 away from it, I'll just have to place my tape on the line up there where I marked out before here, and from that part I will have to minus 16 inches away, and placing my tape from the waistline to the down part, I'll have to measure 54, but I'll have to add 1 extra inch for it for the folding allowance, and then cut out the remaining excess. So guys, this is it, and as you can see on this down part here was not enough, so I'll just have to cut pieces to add to that down part to make it enough, and this is all we have for the down part of this dress. So now bringing this remaining piece here, after cutting out the down part of this dress, I'll just have to fold this into 2 equal parts to cut out the back part of this dress. So I'm just going to make a straight line up here, which is going to serve as the starting line. So having done that now, the half length from the shoulder up to the waistline is 16 inches. So now I will have to minus 5 inches away because it's going to be off shoulder. So minusing the 5 inches away now, I will have to mark 16 inches here, just the way you see me doing. So this is it. I will minus 5 inches away and mark 16 all the way to the ending. So guys, having done that now, remember I'm minus 5 inches away from the shoulder. Now we have 11 inches. This is for the back part, so I'll just have to use my scissors and cut it out. So now this here is the back part of this dress, and on this edge here I'll just have to fold it in here about 1 inch for the zipper part, and I'll just have to use my pin to hold it down, and then I'll just have to keep it aside. So now this remaining piece here is what I'll be using to cut out the front part of this dress. So to do that now, the first thing is for me to cut out the part I'm going to gather for the two parts, and for that I'll be using the length 7 inches. I'll just have to add 1 extra inch to it, and then just mark all the way on the fabric. And to get the length for the two parts, the bust round is 34, so I'm just going to measure the 34 and then just mark it out, and then just use my scissors to trim it out. So now guys, this is it. Have cut it out now. This is what we have. So I'll just have to fold it into 2 equal parts now and just divide it into 2 separate pieces. Then we will have 70 inches each. So guys, this is what we have now. I haven't cut it out, so I'll just have to place it aside. So bringing the lining now, I'll just have to open it up and then just arrange it out very well. And folding it into two, I'll just have to arrange it and then bring one part of the two part and place on top, and then just use it to trim out exactly the same for the two parts. So guys, this is how it came out now. These are the two parts of the lining, this for this and this one for this other one. So I'll just have to place these two parts of the dress on top of the lining, the right side facing up, and then I'll just have to take it to the sewing machine to sew all the way around before making a stitch on the up part and on the down part to make the gather. And this is how they came out. Haven't done that now. You can see this is how it's looking now. This is the front part and this is the back part. So now you can see the rope on the edge that I'm going to drag together. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'll just drag and make the gather on the up part and on the down part. I'm going to do that for the both parts now. So these are the two parts now, and this is how we have them to be like. You can see I went ahead to fold this edge and this other part. So now I'm just going to join one of the two parts to the other and just take it to the sewing machine to make a stitch down, and that will be all for that. So guys, I will join it together. You can see this is the two parts of this dress and this is what we have it to be like. So this is all for this. Now the next thing for me to do is for me to bring this remaining piece here, and I'll just have to trim out about 1 inch that I'm going to use to turn over the up part of this tube. So now this is it. I made it long enough, so I'm going to use this now to turn over this up part of this tube to make it look good and nice there. So guys, this is how it came out now. This is how the turner made it look, and this is what we have for that part. So now on these remaining pieces, I'm going to be cutting out 1 inch, 2 different pieces for the rope on the neck, and I'll just have to take it to the sewing machine to fold in to be tiny enough for the rope, and I will be using the length 25 inches for that. So having done that now, I'll just have to take it back to the sewing machine just to fold in a little bit in to make it tiny, just the way you see me doing, and I'll just have to take it to the sewing machine just to stitch down. So guys, having done that now, these are the two ropes we have for the belt at the front here. So I'll just have to place one here and just take it to the sewing machine to top stitch, and this other side I'll place this one here and just take it to the sewing machine to top stitch as well. So guys, having done that, this is it. This is what we have now. So you can see how the rope is. So I'm just going to tie the rope now for you to see how it looks here on the neck. So guys, this is it. So now remember the back side that we cut out earlier using 11 inches. So now this here is 7 already, so we'll be needing 4 extra inch to add to it. So now for that, I'll be bringing this piece here, and I'll first of all have to trim out this excess part. And now that I'm done, because I'm going to be folding this into 2, instead of cutting at 4 inches, I'll just have to cut at 8. By the time I'm folded it into 2, it will be 4 inches. So this is the band I'm going to fit on the down part of that tube now. And for the width, because the bust is 34, so I'll be cutting that this band with 17 inches. So I'll just have to cut it out now and then place it on that tube part to take it to the sewing machine to sew. So guys, this is it. You can see I've sewn the band to the tube part now, and this is how it looks. So I'll just have to trim out the excess now. So the next thing I'm going to do is this tube part now, I'm going to place every part of it in here on this band part, and just use the band to turn over it and take it to the sewing machine just to stitch. So guys, as you can see, I'm done with that, and this is how it came out now. So I'll just have to bring out the two parts now and have a turn it over now. So this is what we have. You can see how it looks now. So I'll just have to measure it now, and instead of 11 we have 10 here, 1 inch short. So this is for the front part now. So guys, to be able to cut the armhole now, I'll just have to place this together, and this is it. So bringing the back part as well, I'll have to open it up and pinning the zipper part. I'll just have to use my pin to pin that down, and this is what we have. So I will just have to place this front part, this two part, on top of this back part, and I'll just have to bring my tape now, and going down on the armhole I will measure 3 inches and just mark it out, and on this other side I will measure 2 inches, and as you can see I'll just have to mark it there. So now I'm going to connect that mark to this other mark, and then now that I'm done, I'll just have to use my scissors to trim it out. So I have cut that now. This is for the front part here, and this other one is for the back part. So this is what we have now. So the next thing for you to do now is for you to remove the pins here on this back part, and I'll just have to open it up and mark the wrong side on the two side, and bringing this lining, I'll just have to arrange it out, fold it into two, and then place my lining on it to cut out the back turner. So guys, this is what we have for the back part now after turning it over. So on this dark part of the dress, like I said earlier, on the down part here the material was not enough, so I went ahead to add to it, and that is it. So the next thing for me to do now, this other side, on the side of this down part, you know I have not cut it before, so I'm going to use my scissors now to cut it into two separate pieces. So guys, I'll just have to remove the pin now, and I'll just have to open it up, and as you can see I've removed one part now, so we have two different separate pieces. So now this part that I joined is where I'm using for the back part, so I will have to join it together now into equal parts and divide it a little bit down for me to be able to add my zipper to it. So guys, I will cut that out now. So this is it. I'll just have to open it up and fold it into two equal parts again. So guys, I have folded it into two equal parts now. I'm going to be measuring on this back part, on the down part all the way to the up part, 1 inch. I'll just have to mark it all the way to the part where I stopped the cut, and I'm just going to stitch from that down part to that side. So guys, having done that now, this is what we have, and this is the part where I'm going to be fixing the zip on the back part. So now the first thing to do now before fixing the zip is for me to break the back part of the dress, and I'll just have to arrange it on it, and then just take to the sewing machine to stitch the half length part to the down part. So guys, this is it now. I've added the half length parts to it, and this is what we have. So the next thing for me to do is for me to break my zipper and just take it to the sewing machine to fit to the back part. So guys, this is it. I fixed the zip to the back part, and this is all we have for the back part now. So now this other part, this being the front part now, as you can see I folded it into two equal parts, the front part, the down part. Now you can see this part is going to be the left side of the down part. So now to get where I'm going to put the slit on, I'll first of all have to put a notch here on the center, because this upper part showing here is going to be the left side of this dress where the slit is going to be on. So I'm just going to take the edge of this left side and then just arrange it to meet that point where I notch on the center. So now having done that, we have something like this. So from the waist, I'm going to be marking 20 inches. So from this 20 inches now upward, I'll have to make a line up that I'm going to stitch, and from where this line starts to the down part, I'm going to make a slit, and that's going to be the slit part of this dress. So having done that now, I'll just have to take this part to the sewing machine to stitch now. So guys, I've stitched this part up, and this is what we have. So from this part now down to the ending, I'll just have to take it to the sewing machine to fold in, and then just make a stitch all the way from one edge to the other, so that we'll have the slit opened like this. So guys, I've done that, and this is what we have. This is what we have it to look like. You can see how the slit is looking now. So the next thing for me to do is for me to turn this over and then bring it back, the tube part, the front part, the half length. I'll just have to place it here and take it to sew. So guys, as you can see, this now is the front part of this dress that we have. I've added the half length part to it, and this is what we have now. So I'll just have to place this aside and bring in this remaining piece. This is the one I'm going to be using to cut the sleeve of this dress. So I'll just have to go by the length 7 inches for the sleeve, but I will be cutting it out with 9 inches. The other 1 inch is for the folding on the up part and on the down part for the rubber. So now I'll just have to measure the 7 inches all the way to the ending, and once I'm done with that, I'll just have to use my scissors to cut it out. For the width, I'm using the width 25 inches. So now I'll just have to divide this into two, and these are the two pieces for the sleeve. So I'll just have to join the two together now to cut the armhole length, and for that I'll measure 2 inches here and just mark it out, and on the dip I'll have to measure 4 inches and just mark it out, and I'll just make a cornet there and then just cut it out. Having done that now, I'll just have to open it up, and using this I will have to turn it over to the wrong side facing up. So on the up part here, I'll fold it in a little bit. I'll make it to be enough for a rubber to pass through, and I'll do the same thing to the down part as well, and I'll do exactly the same thing to the other part of the sleeve. So guys, I've fixed the rubber to it, and you can see it's elastic. This is the down part of the boat and the up part. So by the time I fix it to the dress now, this is how it's going to look now. So guys, bringing back the dress itself before I fix the sleeve to it, on the neck here I'll be needing 11 inches, and for that I'll have to mark away about 2 to 3 inches on the sides, and coming down I'll have to make a slit for the armhole and just use my scissors to cut it out. So guys, I will have to use my measurements now to join the sides together and to fit my sleeve to it now, and that will be basically all. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.